not bad, the road, so it's
big.
pretty smooth.
Right.
I'm doing about 75 k's.
But the road's been graded, so
Yeah, so this was all flooded out, so it's been all graded. So it's actually like a bit of a freeway. So. So driving along this track here, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Have a look at this. And then all of a sudden, like out in the middle of nowhere, there's just these weird sculpture things. Like someone's put a plane, 2 planes out here, all sorts of stuff. Have a look at this guy. Just made out of all car parts, like there's diff housings. Looks like he's video recording.
bubbler was once a spring that roared, throwing twisted bubbles 1/2 metre high. Showing all the cool spots to stop at on the Oodnadatta track. So we're here, Murray. We're came all the way to Mountain Springs, which we had a look at with the bubblers, and then we've hit Howard Springs to stay the night. As promised, guys, this is the corrugation going back out of the bubbler. How fast are you going, Maddie?
10.2 kilometres an hour.
Roger, what do you think of it?
Okay, so it says it's an 80-metre walk. We're going to be looking at this thing. Let's go for a walk.
For a spa.
So we made it to the spa and it is sensational. What?
Oh, it's cold.
It is so refreshing. Like, it's literally 38 degrees or something now. So hot. Flies are everywhere. But you know what? This water is just sensational. What do you think, Becky, out of 10?
9.
9? So one of Becky's chores, seeing I do the driving, is she's got to grab the gates. Oh, she's done well. She knows how to use the clip. She's done good. Watch her on the screen. And then here she comes. Watch this, here we go.
Hi. Not funny.
Good job, Becky.
Leaving Coward Springs today. So beautiful here. The spa is amazing. In the middle of the outback, this beautiful spa, and it's cool water, so it cools you down. And on the way out, even better, they are now open for like summer trading. So when we got here they were closed, but how good's that? And that's just getting us a few coffees to take on the road with us. So next stop will be William Creek. See you there. There's a William Creek Hotel we've seen, and now we keep going on to Oodnadatta. So we're not going to say William Creek because it was too early and there's not a lot there, really, is there? What did I say? There's only a population of 12 people that live in William Creek. Anyway, and it's earlier, so we thought we'll keep going on to Oodnadatta and stay at the Pink Roadhouse Caravan Park tonight, which will be fun. So that's going to take 3.5 No horses. And no horses. They're running free.
Finished the Oodnadatta track. Tick. Was yeah, a bit of an experience. It was good fun. We had a good time.
Pink Roadhouse was good.
Yeah, so it was pretty much what I expected. So it was that was good. It wasn't disappointing or anything like that. It was great. And highly recommend anyone that's travelling to do it. Now we're on the Stewart Highway heading towards Alice Springs. And it's nice to be on a tarred road. So yeah, we've done about 6 or 7 days of just dirt, dust, and yeah, it's nice to be on the smooth stuff. And yeah, so
then so we're heading to Alice Springs. Then we need to sort out a dog kennel for Roger. So I'll give them a call when we get there, and we'll leave Roger at a dog kennel in Alice Springs because we can't take him into the Ayers Rock National Park. So yeah, so hopefully that's all good and we can make our way to Ayers Rock Campground. So we're pretty excited for that. So stay tuned.
Have a look at this. Becky eating her potato chips. Have a look at them, they're all on the floor.
No, that was your fault.
No, it's all my fault.
Because you asked me to put sanitizer on your hands, and then what happened?
So it's my fault. All my fault. I don't know.
You're in between SA and NT.
We can see so clear.
So we've rolled up at Alice Springs Tourist Caravan Park after the Oodnadatta track. Now I'm going to do a bit of a check around to see what's happened and tell you what survived the dirt roads and what didn't and what have you. So basically we had a casualty. We had basically on our water tanks, these things are underneath it, which I don't really think is a good idea considering you're pulling an off-road van, and plastic fittings are just not going to cut it basically. So I smashed 2 of them off and lost nearly 200 litres of fresh water. So anyway, was able to just patch it up with a zip tie and some silicone. So, and that held until we got here, so which was good. So then I've been to Bunnings and I've bought just a couple of these, which are just spares. And then I've gone to Reese Plumbing Supplies and bought myself a brass tap, which you can smash that all day with rocks and that's not going to break. So personally I think it's not a bad idea if you're going to do off-road caravanning. Maybe have a look at changing your taps over to a metal or a brass one. I think it was about, all up, I think the price of it was about 15 bucks. So very cheap and pretty easy to install by the looks of it. So I'll go underneath and show you how I've done it, and yeah, we'll go from there. But other than that, everything else in the van seems to have held up really good. Oh, except for my cavity sliding door, which is basically jumped off the tracks and basically bent all the thread on that. So I've got a new roller for it, so that was pretty easy to source out and find. So I'll change them over, but other than that, everything else has held up really well. Nothing's broken, well, other than the taps and the cavity sliding door, but everything else has held up really well, so I'm really happy.
No dust.
Oh, and yeah, that's right, and no dust. So that was a major thing. Like when we bought the van, I was umming and ahhing about buying a Caravan, which is a pressure fan for inside the van, and the guys at Melbourne City Caravans said to me, just try the scupper vent, see what you think of it, and then do it after. And you know what, it was a great idea and it saved us a couple of grand. So great work, guys. Other than that, yeah, it was all good. I'll show you what's the damage underneath. So this is the repair job I did under the first tank, which is at the rear of the van. So you can see there, that's the tyres there, and just above it is this guy. So that's where I've smashed all the so if I take that off, that's me tap where it was supposed to be. So there's all the silicone that I caked on there, so that did the job, and that held that on for good. So yeah, all I've got to do is just get some vice grips on that and twist it off, and then put the new tap in. Happy days. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So basically what I've done, whacked a bit of Teflon paper around the thread, I'll screw it in, and then I'll just run a little bead of silicone along the edging just to seal it right up. So yeah, if I can just see that, and it just threads on. That just screws on nicely, actually. Feels good. Straighten it off, and like that, that's it, job done. Beautiful. So if to open it, you just turn that, beautiful, like that, easy as. It's even got a little locking to put a little padlock through if you want, but that can get smashed by rocks all day and that won't fall off and won't break, won't do anything. So all I've got to do is just run a bead of silicone just around there, around that, like that, just there, job's done. Okay, so now for the front tank, which I've broken off as well, I'm going to do this one a bit differently. You can see I've got all this checker plate underneath, so if you look up in here, there's my hose, and I've just kinked it and put a couple of zip ties around it. Now that's fixed it up pretty good, but I'm just going to basically cut the zip ties off and just put another one of those plastic taps on the back of it and tuck it up inside here, in here again. So, and that won't get hit by anything. When it did get smashed off, it was on the edging here and it was screwed to this aluminium plate. So yeah, that should fix the problem for that too. So this is the sort of tap which was on it originally, and I'm just going to put another one back on, but tuck it right up under that bash plate, or that stone checker plate protection piece, and yeah, bit of luck, it'll be happy days. I'll try it, I'll show you what it looks like in the end when I'm done. Okay, so that's it, I've done it. So if you can see it, I don't know if you can or not, there it is there. So I've got it tucked right up inside this cavity here, So yeah, if you can see that cavity, yeah, I've got it tucked right up in there, like that. So I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident that won't get hit by anything at all. So yeah, fingers crossed I've done the job right. Now all I've got to do now is just fill this back tank up with water, make sure it's not leaking, and that's it, job done. Happy days. Alright, so I've filled up the tank. Let's go under and have a look. Yeah, it looks like it's not dripping a drip, so and just to check, and that looks fine. That's brilliant. So yeah, that's that. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's where we're going to leave this video for this week, this episode. So if you liked it, make sure you like and hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Cheers.